If they've got their favorite punch, you don't want to get hit with for the whole fight, isn't
Right,
it?
absolutely, because I realize he's got a terrific left hook. So obviously, I'll be watching out for that left hook. He's gonna have to surprise me with that right hand to really make me take note. But I never take anybody lightly. I realize that although he's got a left hook, he's also got a left uppercut and a right hand. But mostly, what I really don't want to get hit with is that left hook.
No, it's
Tail of the tape now for Lennox Lewis and his title defense against David Tua. 8-year age advantage for Tua. 15-inch reach advantage for Lewis. Lewis at 6'5", Tua at 5'10". There's a 7-inch difference there. Even with the hair on top of his head, Tua doesn't make it further than to within 3 inches of Lewis. And in weight, Lennox weighed in at 249, David Tua 245. It's the second highest combined weight ever in a heavyweight championship fight, exceeded only by Lewis against Michael Grant earlier this year. Punch stat numbers, Larry.
Look at their activity. You can see they're roughly equal. Both of them will throw nearly 50 punches around. That's a good number for big men. Jabs is where this fight might be decided, or at least unleashed, because Lewis throws many more than Tua, and he may throw even more than this tonight.
Rules of the bout with our unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Letterman.
The Lennox Lewis David Tua fight is scheduled for 12 rounds using the unified rules of the Association of Boxing Commissions. There is no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop the fight, and you cannot be saved by the bell in any round, including the 12th and final round.
David Tua has a near-perfect record. His only loss came in a spectacular war with Ike Ibeabuchi, in which they broke a CompuBox record for most punches by heavyweights. The decision could have gone either way. He's waited 2 years for this shot at the heavyweight title. And Lennox Lewis's entrance will be no less elaborate than that of Tua, if perhaps not quite as noisy. Incidentally, that red beaded necklace that Tua wears around his neck is called an Ulafala necklace.
Ladies and gentlemen, you watch the television
Here comes Lewis.
screens in all 4 corners of the building.
Drums, pump, and circumstance. Can the fight live up to it?
Will the doors open? Is there a trap door? Does he fall through the platform into a moat? Probably not. That almost all ringside observers saw as a victory for Lewis. 29 KO.
All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all time. When I say break, I want you to break clean. I don't want any rough tactics, unnecessary fouling. Understand, guys? Give me good sportsmanlike conduct. And remember, guys, I'm fair, but I'm firm. Touch them up.
Tua's got to make certain that when he gets him against the rope, he misses him. Don't throw unless your feet are right there, too.
Lewis, round 2 begins with Lewis sticking the jab, sticking the jab, sticking the jab, sticking the jab. Stick it.
You got to do something to make Lewis want to fight. There you are. That's the punch that's going to make Lewis decide I'm getting even.
Left hook by Tua. And another left hook by Tua. And a vicious left to the belly.
Lewis got to make certain it stays the left hand, left jab.
Lennox seems to have regained his concentration. And Tua hits him.
Jab your way. Keep your title with a left jab. If that's the only punch you can land, use it.
Well, what he succeeded in doing in this round is messing up Tua's hair and just landing more punches.
And landing a right hand, which Tua answered with a leaping left.
He's going to interrupt you, and it's going to hurt you. There you are. Don't go over on that side. Stay on the
corner. Joe Cortez was right by moving it back into the corners. 28, 29, 28, David Tua.
This is an entirely more dangerous opponent. Right hand by Lewis.
I mean, he's zero.
And holding him as he found himself in the corner. And there's another right hand that he pops David on the hand with much greater frequency here in this round. Tua pops him upstairs with his... George Lewis hasn't used a single uppercut, and it was a hugely effective punch for him, particularly in the second Holyfield fight. Is he waiting to set it up?
Yeah, he's waiting. Tua's moving his
blood coming
crosses his leg. When he goes to his left, he crosses his legs. He's a sitting duck for a right hand.
There's blood coming from Tua's nose.
Toward the end of round 5, as David Tua misses, and...
You heard Emmanuel Stewart say to Lewis, you were fighting a masterpiece in that round. He makes Lewis miss, and then he makes him pay.
Tua misses. You can't just decide I'm going to tactically take the title away from a good champion like this.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine, even though Harold Letterman has Tua ahead on the scorecards, it's really hard to imagine Tua winning a tactical boxing match.
It can't happen.
You feel as though he's got to use his artillery.
Because this guy comes from on high with this thing.
Now Lewis back to the round 1 action. There was a big feeling, as you were starting to get to a moment ago, Larry, in Tua's camp, that Lewis lacked stamina, and they'd be able to wear him down over a long haul.
Now, Lewis was trying to pay him back.
Tua's going to make Lewis's stamina a factor in the fight. He's going to have to step up
the right side. Want him to move him to his left, and he's jabbing him. That's the problem here.
So that's the reason that a guy who threw 75 punches around against him in tonight and looked sensational the next time.
Why should he go and stand toe-to-toe with the shorter, very strong fighter and give the other fighter his best chance?
To the rhythm of following Lewis around and takes another right hand.
Tua's got to get close, and maybe you got to step sometimes. That keeps the right foot too far behind him. Just step on up there. Step on up there. Lewis has come from another direction. It's like dropping a pin from a 20-story building.
There's the long right hand, lands for Lewis right after the jab. Classic 1-2. And it doesn't appear Tua has a chance. Whoa! Big combination, and Tua smiles. You know why? Because he was hurt.
That means Lewis is close enough. Go!
Big left hook for Tua.
Yeah, but it went right into Lewis's glove.
Again, how Lennox blocked David's left hook.
Yeah, well, Lewis has him where he wants him now because David wants to come in, is looking to come in, and Lewis knows it. But here, as you saw, as I said earlier, his right hand is first. So you take away the strength and challenge them to beat you some other way.
Fighting for the title, you can't be afraid to get knocked out.
And there's the uppercut for the first time, and it wobbles Tua. Lewis, his tactical command and his physical superiority.
There you go, Tua.
Now, just as I say that, he finally catches a left hook from Tua, but one punch at a time.
Ooh, that right to the body hurt David Tua.
Lennox is hurting him with a lot of punches.
Just worked hard enough in the early rounds, George, as we were saying, so that
Lennox Lewis is just toying with him. Just toying with him.
Pot shot.
Does whatever he wants to do. Right hand, left jab, right hand, right hand. It's all Lennox Lewis. So this is not a style preview to Tyson Lewis because Mike would just be a heck of a lot more rambunctious. There's no way he'd go.
It's his zeal to fight. It's his will to train. And
aware that David Tua has this power. Still not taking any chances. He's not a fool.
He has turned Tua's face into a swelling, bloody mask. Jab, jab.
This is really a great fight.
Body shot.
jabbing and moving. And
This is a lights-out artistic performance by a heavyweight champion who, for the moment, looks impregnable. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the Mandalay Bay Resort Casino of Las Vegas, we go to the Budweiser scorecards. Jerry Roth scores the bout 117 to 111. Dave Moretti has it 119 to 109. And Chuck Jappa scores it 118 to 110. All for the winner by unanimous decision. And still, the universally recognized, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world from Great Britain.
Congratulations, Lennox. It looked as though you were simply executing a blueprint in this fight. You describe what blueprint was.
Well, it's just boxology, simple as that. You know, you got to come with more than a power left hook to beat Lennox Lewis. That's why I said, if you're coming to war, you got to bring your whole arsenal, just not just a left hook and a haircut.
So that by keeping your right hand high and watching his left hand, you felt he had no other real options.
Yeah, I mean, I watched tape on him, and he doesn't throw a right hand, and I wasn't really worried about his right hand, only his left hook. And first round, I felt his left hook, and I realized, boy, what are they talking about? That's not a power left hook. I didn't think there was too much power behind it. But, I mean, he executes as well. That's the only punch he has.
You hit him with some really good stiff punches, especially your right hand. Is his jaw as durable as it was wanted to be?
Yeah, I would have to say he's pretty durable. You know, he can take a punch well. A couple punches I hit him with, he smiled. And I said, okay, we'll receive some more then.
Did he say anything to you? Because he didn't look anything like the David Tua who had prepared so long for this opportunity, who was a tiger against many fighters. I mean, he just even didn't make the effort.
I said he's never seen a boxer like Lennox Lewis. He's never been in against a boxer like Lennox Lewis. That's why I said, you know, it's different when you're in the ring with me. You can say what you want and what you want to accomplish, but it's a different thing when you try and execute that in the ring. He had his corner talking and saying this and that, David Tua this, David Tua that. Oh, it's never been this, it's never been that. But it's a different ball when you're in the ring by yourself.
Was your stamina, I mean, it didn't look like your stamina was a problem. Did you have anything wrong? Did you think there was anything wrong with him? Or was it just clear, easy sparring session?
Yo, what was wrong with David Tua was Lennox Lewis. Never seen a boxer like me.
You enjoy the boxing, we know that. There was booing in the fight. Do you think it was for you or because he wasn't making the kind of effort that a challenger should make to win the heavyweight championship?
Well, you know, I was doing all the work in the fight. Sometimes I slowed down because I figured, okay, he's doing the 1921st rope-a-dope, just letting me throw all my punches out there and try and get me tired. But, you know, if stamina's not a key with me, I'm always in shape, always prepared for my fights.
Give us a clue, Lennox, of what you see in your future.
Well, you know, I'll take on all comers. If Tyson wants to come test, I'll put him to rest.
What about some of the young fighters like Kirk Johnson, a Canadian, Vladimir Klitschko? Give us your assessment. What will the year 2001 be for you? Will it be as active as this year, or are you going to take a longer rest?
I think I'll take a long rest. As far as Kirk Johnson, make him go eat some food with Holyfield. You might as well take the easy route first before it comes to me. Klitschko, yeah, you know, I'm around. Them guys, if they want to come test, I'm ready anytime.
You're 35 years old, yet you seem to maintain your interest in, your zeal for combat. Is that the secret to why you have been successful at this age?
Yeah, I'm very competitive, and you know, you could say I'm like fine wine. I get better when I age.
You sure did tonight. Thank you very much, Lennox Lewis. Jim, David, sorry about what happened. It didn't look like David Tua. Any reason except Lennox Lewis?
No excuses whatsoever tonight. First of all, well, first of all, I thank God that you know, I wasn't seriously injured, and you know, I congratulate Lennox Lewis. He's a great champion, and you know, did the best I could. Things didn't work out for me, and you know, that's the way it goes sometime. And tonight was the best man.
Why were you unable to sustain an attack? Why weren't you able to follow the pleading of your corner that this fight was getting away from you in something you yourself have said you prepared all your life for?
I'm not going to make no excuses. I tried, and you know, tonight wasn't my night. You know, I tried really hard, and things just, you know, wasn't working for me. But you know, I kept trying. You know, I stuck with it.
I'm going to have to ask Dan Goosen, your promoter. What do you feel that David was 100% of himself, regardless of how good Lennox Lewis was tonight?
I'm concerned, Larry, to even answer that based upon the fact that we all know that what we saw tonight, and one of the things David's prided himself in is not making any excuses, but obviously we saw that from the second round down, we saw a different David Tua. And, you know, one of the things that I've got concerns about is ever saying, making an excuse, because there's no excuses with us. But in the second round, Ronnie and Kevin told me that David did come back, and what happened is about 2 months ago, he did, during sparring session, get hit in the rib, okay, had a little problem there, was off about 3 or 4 days, overcame it, okay, came right back in the training, was wearing a guard, one of the football protectors to protect that rib throughout. But the bottom line is that he felt he was able to go on. He did get hit in the second round with a shot, and that's when he came back, and he couldn't get full extension on his punches.
Did that body punch hurt you that badly, David?
Yeah, I couldn't get like I said, I'm not sitting here standing and making excuses.
Well, it's not an excuse.
Yeah.
If you came and you fought, but the public wants to know why they didn't see the David Tua we were expecting.
We tore a cartilage 2 months ago.
You tore a cartilage in the rib.
In the rib cage.
And 2 months with.
We got over it through training, and David felt 100% before the fight. We were confident going in. He got hit on in the second round. It restricted all his movement after that. You saw that he was eating the jab. He was having trouble moving his body to the side, slipping punches, and he was having trouble trying to unload his hook.
This is Kevin Barry, the trainer manager. We had heard and we remarked that you had hurt a rib. So then you're just saying that if you were 100% coming in, you just have to give Lennox Lewis credit for that damaging shot.
Of course, much respect and all the credits to Lennox Lewis. He came out and displays world champion. I ain't take none away from him.
Is he the best fighter you've ever been in there with? Is he more of a problem than you even anticipated?
No, I've always known that Lennox has got an awkward style, and he came out and he did what he had to do, and that's why he's the world champion.
Thank you very much, David.
I'd like to say one last thing, okay? With what David had overcome to get 100% to be here tonight, I know he'll come back. You notice him for 12 rounds here, never quitting.